All right, and we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream.
What's
Welcome
up?
to the Great Nimbus Debates podcast, the Dragon Ball Z podcast, where we debate everything about Dragon Ball. A lot of vague things in Dragon Ball. Of course, it doesn't have very good explanations. That's why we're here, to debate what the answer is. And if you love Dragon Ball Z, I'm pretty sure you'll like this kind of content too. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the introductions. I am the host, Squall Rush, 31 years old, big, huge Dragon Ball Z fanatic. As you can tell, that's why I started this. Uh, yeah, pretty much been watching Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, been hooked ever since. Can't get my mind off of it. Everything I do, if I see someone strong in Dragon Ball Z, I'm just like, or someone strong outside of Dragon Ball Z, I'm like, I'm that stereotypical, can he beat Goku though? That's basically me. Uh, yeah. Let's see. What's another question we should do? Let's go with favorite Dragon Ball Z character in the introductions. Uh, and mine's Goku because I feel like I'm a little goofy like Goku, lighthearted like him, and that's me. All right, guys, let's go with Seven Ninja. Oops.
All right. Hey guys, it's 7 Ninja 7. So thanks for coming by the podcast. Favorite Dragon Ball Z character? I guess Gohan, but
Mm,
because I don't want to take the mainstream ones, Hit. All right. Outside of that, I'm a rumbler. You'll catch me doing live streams. Sometimes I do videos. Mostly MeWe around these days. Sometimes Game Jolt. Check me out those places. Outside of that, Ninja Connoisseur. Girl.
uh,
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, it's Churro. I've been here for quite a bit. I'm just a hamster, but if I had to say my favorite Dragon Ball Z character, it's definitely always gonna be Krillin. Because Krillin, man, he's just he is. I would argue that he is the strongest human on Earth. Uh, I love him. He's great. He made me laugh a whole bunch in original Dragon Ball. He still makes me laugh to this day in current Dragon Ball. But yeah, no, that's me. I got a Twitter if you guys want to follow a Twitter, but that's about it.
I'll go
But
ahead, plug
no,
it.
that's me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll definitely plug it somewhere on the chat over here. But yeah, that's it for me.
Mhm. Oh,
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Pope King. I am fairly new to the family here, but one thing in common, big DBZ fan. Oh man, I would have to say in terms of my personality, and that's what causes me to love him because I feel like I'm a little bit like him in my head, I guess. Prince of all Saiyans, Vegeta.
Mm.
There are times when I'm tough as nails because I need to be, and then because of my family, I'm a big softy. But either way, I'll kick your ass. um, Outside of this, which is fairly new for me, I'm a game streamer. You can find me on Twitch, Pope King X. Also just started on TikTok. Um, yeah, that's just about it, man. I'll be doing a few more things here soon, but definitely stay tuned.
Nice, nice. Well, I'm glad to have all of you guys on the panel. Let's see. So, viewers out there, I'm gonna come up with the first segment question for us to debate. If you guys have anything you guys would like us to debate about in the second segment, I'm gonna leave that one up to you guys, and we'll decide which one's the best question to debate about. Um, so for the first segment, here it is. Let's see, it is basically here's the rundown. This is my video I did. Frieza, as we all know, destroyed planet Vegeta. But there were a couple Saiyans left that were introduced in the Saiyan saga. Raditz was one, Nappa was one, and Vegeta. So, if he wanted to eradicate all Saiyans, I'm not counting Goku because he was kind of an anomaly, so to speak. He was forgotten about or just wasn't accounted for. Uh, if Frieza wanted to get rid of the legend of the Super Saiyan, why did Frieza leave Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta? Since we started with Seven Ninja first, I guess we can go with Pope first this time.
Okay. Why did um Frieza keep Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa? Is the question.
Mm-hmm.
I think around that time, if I am recalling correctly, they were subdued and under a state of submission where they were working for Frieza. It wasn't necessarily something they wanted to do, but they kind of had to do in order to stay alive. And I believe Vegeta's whole thing about it was literally to figure out how to get stronger in order to kill Frieza. So you know, honestly, why he didn't, I guess is just like that thing of just being pure evil. He was always referring to them as monkeys, and I guess he figured he'll just train them and keep them around his pets. And yeah, Yeah, just about.
Churro.
I
Mhm.
I would say that he probably kept them alive because of his arrogance. He probably thought like, "Hey, I wiped out 99% of them. Whatever happens with these last, what is it, like 5 of them still alive, right? Like Raditz, whatever." But like he probably just said, "Whatever happens with these five, I'll take care of them later. They're never gonna get to my level. They'll never be able to beat me." So I would say that Frieza's an arrogant enough person that he would probably just say, "Whatever, I took care of 99% of them. The rest, I'll take care later." Not realizing that they have very great potential to just become way stronger than them. I feel like I could chalk that one up to like Frieza's arrogance on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seven Ninja.
Okay. Well, I think a lot of what Pope said is really true here, as well as Churro. What I think probably happened was, the thing about legends is you need the elderly to be able to tell them, and for you to understand the truth of them, you need the people that would have possibly known the truth to do it. Well, if most of the elderly are gone, and all you know is that there is some kind of legend of a Super Saiyan, well, it's a little hard to really go for it. Um, what I think probably why he kept them, if anything, is at the end of the day, they are still warriors. He can still use them to conquer a planet. This is where they're good at. I imagine he's probably thinking to himself, even if he does get stronger, I've got like people like way above them right now, and like Vegeta will never catch up to me. Like it's not like they have a natural Frieza race like ability to just be stronger because they are. They have to fight and almost die a lot just to actually get to a reasonable amount of power to even tickle him. So he's probably thinking to himself like, they're far beyond me. I really don't have to kill them. I can handle them if they show up. Um, and he's just like, he doesn't know that if you train, you'll get stronger. So he's like, all right, well, they're not going to touch me. Even if they do get Super Saiyan, the odds are high they're not going to touch me. So I imagine Frieza just simply said, look, I'm good. Whatever. Like, they're not gonna touch me. I'm too powerful. I'm the greatest thing there is. Besides Beerus. Anyway, that's how I feel about it.
Okay, so you guys think he severely underestimated the Saiyans. Um, I think Pope said something about monkeys. Like, so he sees them as severely lower beings. Is that the general consensus here?
I'll even take it a
Uh,
step further and say like because Goku's like kind of like you said before, he's an anomaly, right? Um Goku isn't a Saiyan per se. He's not in a sense of their culture. So he's pretty much it took something outside of the Saiyans to actually do anything. So he conquered them. He's practically destroyed them. If Goku wasn't around, there is no Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
You
that's
get
kind of true. Yeah. Well, I guess Brawly now would be the only person outside of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's pure
Yeah, but
Saiyan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that, like, I agree with you. I still think Goku, he kind of did it. Goku is kind of the anomaly, but I think just like having one out of the billions that there were, still.
yeah.
Yeah, because there was Brawly, there was Goku. So there was a couple people he didn't account for. But we're not really counting those because those are anomalies. But Vegeta actually does turn into a Super Saiyan, as we see in the Cell Saga, after like numerous like beatdowns and Zenkai boosts. So of course, Frieza always kept him close. So if he ever did get strong enough, all right, I'm killing him on the spot, type of thing. So would you guys think that's also a reason why he probably kept them around? Because he kept them close. If they did get strong enough, like I'm ending their lives right there on the spot.
A quick question on that one. Did Frieza know about the Saiyans' ability to grow stronger every single time they lost?
I
I
feel like he would have seen something, and I mean,
yeah.
like, because they exploit it all the time, so it's something they should have seen by now.
Because like how stupid, like I guess I don't care about Frieza, so all offense to them, but like how stupid do you gotta be to be like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this person around, they're not gonna grow stronger than me, fully knowing that every single time you give them a beatdown, they're just gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger.
Well,
Yeah.
honestly, I think it was more of the ability to turn into the giant apes. That was what their power was really surrounding back then. And
Mhm.
we're talking about back then with Bardock. Is it Bardock? Goku's
Mhm.
father.
Yes.
Um,
Mhm.
that was, I believe, the true essence of it. Uh, that was the main reason that Frieza decided to eradicate them. It was literally okay. Yes, there's a legend of a so-called Super Saiyan, and it was all that fear because they didn't know how strong that Super Saiyan possibly could be, and they did know that the Saiyan race was a race to contend with because they were a purebred warrior race. Um, and their abilities to turn into the giant apes did set them apart from other warrior races. And Frieza knew this. King Cole knew this. This is why they put them under their boot and heel. But I think it got to a point where there were probably a few Saiyans that were showing some type of promise, and he just went ahead and was like, you know what? Let me take care of this. And to be honest with you, it was, I believe, it might have been Vegeta who disobeyed the order for the callback. I forgot exactly what happened,
I
but I
think it was
believe
Vegeta.
yes, because during that time they were off planet and they were on a mission, and everyone had gotten orders to return home and all this stuff, and there was no real reason why. And I believe, Frieza just knew, like, you know what, it doesn't matter. I don't really need them. I'm literally just using them so I don't have to send my top guys. But, I still have enough. And it was just like, let me go ahead and get rid of them because I just don't want to deal with this so-called Super Saiyan.
Hmm.
Literally.
Am I remembering something? I might be remembering this wrong, but didn't Beerus order the destruction of planet Vegeta?
I believe
Mm,
so, but I also think he put the idea of the Super Saiyan into Frieza's head.
Yeah, I think
That's
it
it.
was more of the idea. It was more of the idea. Yeah, that was an order from Frieza. That came from Frieza.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I think there was like movies. I forgot what movie it was, or it was further on. Cooler was hanging out around
mm-hmm.
then when that happened, and could have easily blown Goku to shreds at that point in time, but didn't. So there's a lot that happened in that moment that literally twisted fate for all of them. Because if Cooler just had blew that ship up, we would have never had Goku at Super Saiyan. Vegeta would have never become a Super Saiyan. Um, we don't know what would have happened to Gohan. We probably wouldn't have had the android. It would have been a lot that would have happened. It would have been a
Hmm.
lot that would have happened. But yeah, yeah, that was my take on it for a second.
No, you're good. That was a good take. Yeah, I do agree. I don't know how much canon the Cooler movie is, but yeah, Cooler did definitely make a mistake. He saw Goku's pod right as like going by, right as like Frieza's blowing up planet Vegeta. And then he was like, it's just a baby little weak Saiyan. I don't need to worry about him. Then he fights Goku later after like he's trying to get his revenge on Goku. Ends up getting blown up by the sun, and as he's getting blown up by the sun, he's coming to the realization, wait a minute. I had the chance to kill Goku when he was a baby. This is all my fault. I allowed this to happen basically. Uh
Yeah.
so given Cooler's response, would you guys kind of say Frieza's on the same boat?
Eh,
Of letting that happen because he could have
Yeah.
stopped early on. I
Yeah.
mean,
But no one would have
well,
known that Goku was gonna go Super Saiyan. No one would have known that. And to be honest with you, any Saiyan can go Super Saiyan. They just have to train. So
I would
Well,
put it slightly on Frieza in a sense of like, even if you told him, hey, there's another Saiyan getting away, he would just be like, leave him. I'll go and take care of him later. I feel like his arrogance would just be part of that downfall again. Like, yes,
Well-
I would put it on him, but just because of that.
Okay.
well, let's walk down that path. If he actually does kill Vegeta and all of them, right? What reason would Goku need to leave Earth? Like, why would he need to even think about it? Because no one's gonna die. They might have to fight like Majin Buu later, but like outside of that, like the odds of Frieza showing up to Earth were probably extremely low.
That's a
Like-
good point.
At worst, they might have had to fight the androids, but you know they're not gonna be like what they are in Z. So
Yeah. Yeah, because
what are the chances?
Matter
of fact,
it's
Piccolo might have still been the main antagonist. Matter of fact.
Yeah, you got it. That's true.
well,
Actually,
okay.
let's go down this rabbit hole. I do think the androids appear. They definitely won't become as strong as they are as in the canon story, because they got that strong because Dr. Gero recorded their fight against Goku and Vegeta. But if that fight doesn't happen, they're probably not going to be as strong, like nearly as strong. But I do think that might be the catalyst that brings Goku up to Super Saiyan power, because the fight against Vegeta and Goku got the androids like up to stronger than Super Saiyan strength. If that doesn't happen, they're still way stronger than whatever Goku could bring to the table at the time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
but that's only if he had made it past Raditz.
Is the Raditz in your is the Raditz in your little scenario still in there, Seven Ninja?
Matter of fact, he doesn't die.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Piccolo,
Yeah,
no Kaioken.
who dies?
Oh.
But that's it. That's it, Ninja. So, are you saying Goku is the sole survivor? Because then that means all the other Saiyans are completely gone. Because
I
remember,
mean,
Raditz was the one who was still alive, and that's because he was part of the forts with Vegeta.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So if you take all three of them out, right? You know,
Okay.
what reason would Goku need to leave planet Earth?
he still has to fight Piccolo. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now Goku, we only realized Goku died. It was his first time dying is when Raditz came. See what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
at this time, yes, Piccolo was the main enemy, and I'm pretty sure that Goku would have ended up beating him. Why? Because Goku was a Saiyan, and what's their primary strength? Improvement after every
Mhm.
battle. So Goku would have beaten him. So now okay, Raditz would have never come, right? So more than likely at some point in time Goku would have beaten Piccolo. Okay. At least I'm going that way, because I mean Goku doesn't lose, right? Like, long story short,
Yeah.
let's just be real about it.
Yeah.
Right? So he would have beaten Piccolo, and who was next then, right? That means the Saiyans would have never come. Okay. So the androids would have happened.
Yeah.
Okay. At that point in time, so he didn't have the Dr. Dro didn't get the recording, so they wouldn't have been that strong. Honestly, there would have been some type of planetary disaster, something. Knowing Goku, he wouldn't have stopped training, so he would have gotten stronger at some point in time, and he would have continued to get stronger, because that's all he did was train. All he ever did was train. Honestly, I think he would have gotten strong enough to the point where his name would have probably sent ripples, and it would have been like, wait, who's this? especially since he still had his tail.
I think his tail
Okay.
was permanently removed by Kami. Like after the Demon King Piccolo fight.
Oh yeah, that is true. So he didn't have that anymore. Holy
I don't
smokes.
think, like, because you're saying it'd ripple out. I don't think it would ever actually ripple out. The
No, but
only
he had
reason like
Gohan
anything
though. He
rippled
had
out.
his son, and his son had a tail. My
Mhm.
my
Yeah,
whole
but
thing,
they probably would
it,
have took that off.
Well,
yeah,
Piccolo's the
nah.
one who took off Gohan's tail, doesn't it?
Who? Piccolo?
But the odds are
Wasn't it
high
Pic-
he knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
that's what
so,
I'm saying. And with okay, here we go, Ninja. Right? Okay, here it is. Boom, he has a son. Right now,
mhm.
if we take out the Raditz situation, so then he's just still beefing with Piccolo, right?
Mhm.
If that's the case, he still has a son at some point in time. Um, I'm pretty sure the moon would have come into play. His son would have transformed. There would have been something happening that would have signaled Saiyan. You see what I'm saying? Because now you're saying how would Frieza have known? Right there, that's one of the primary traits of a Saiyan is the giant ape. That would have happened on Earth, and I think at some point in time that would have gotten out. It there's no way that Saiyans can stay quiet. In my personal opinion, they can't. Not
I
with
think the
that
only
and not with
way
that
that would
trait.
work. I think the only way that would work is if one of his henchmen happened to go on Earth. Like who's the people that go find Broly? Like if those two would have went on to Earth, I could maybe see that. But
That
it
would have
seems to
probably
me,
happened because I mean that's what they were doing was scouting for planets, right?
yeah. But but I would still argue that once Goku like Piccolo maybe dead or becomes a ally, whatever. Goku probably would see Gohan go ape form. He'd cut off his tail because he'd be like, you know, Kami did this to me. I should probably do this to him. Especially after the first one. Matter of fact, I can go a little bit further because I don't think Frieza even knew about Goku or any of the others before he sees him. And the
Nah,
reason I say
yeah,
that
he
is
didn't. Yeah,
so if he doesn't know, the odds are high the Ozaru form, if Gohan turned into that, would probably not even come up. He probably wouldn't even know. I think if
no,
anything, it would
I
have to
think
take Majin Buu. I truly believe it would have to be Majin Buu, and that would just throw out ripples. But would Majin Buu even show up? Because it's got to be enough power.
I kind
But
of
without that much power,
I kind of agree with Ninja because like I'm trying to think of somebody else in the Dragon Ball
yeah,
universe
I know, yeah.
that like even explores space outside of like, you know, the Z fighters. Like I kind of I don't know how strong because it's a good question. Like how strong would the Saiyans actually like Goku and Gohan get if they were just training by themselves? It's kind of like you need somebody to push you to a certain limit to get even stronger. But if they're just fighting each other and they have no reason to get, you know, like super strong, what would push them over that edge to even become kind of like Super Saiyan? I'm seeing what Ninja's saying in a sense of like,
Yeah.
would anybody even draw like any kind of like spec to Earth itself, like that an alien would even care about? Honestly, I think the person who would do that, and this is a little weird, but that might be Bulma. Because think about it, Bulma was the one who created a device that was able to track the Dragon Balls from knowing nothing about Dragon Balls. She
That
was
is true.
also able to create a time machine.
Mhm.
So if anybody drew Frieza to Earth, I think it would be Bulma because she would try and explore space and she would somehow send out a beacon. I think that would be the way that they get drawn there.
I was thinking Goku could possibly die if the Saiyans never showed up, and the person that would do it would probably be Gohan. Like, I feel like it would be inevitable for Gohan to not see the full moon at some point and that would be the end of Goku by kind of like Goku did to Grandpa Gohan. And then that could possibly propel Goku going to King Kai and get Kyle Ken. But the need to become stronger and get Kyle Ken beyond that is I'm drawing blanks there.
I can see that idea, but I don't think it would be Goku that gets killed. I think it'd be Chi-Chi.
Mm.
And I only say that on the idea that Goku is very dexterous. And so he'd probably, again, if he knows that Grandpa Gohan got killed by him, the odds are high he's going to watch out for that. Now, he should be able to save Chi-Chi. I'm not 100% sure if he can fly at this time, but he should be able to save Chi-Chi. But if anyone's going to die, it's going to be Chi-Chi. And I think, no, I don't think that goes anywhere past that. He might try to revive her, but the Dragon Balls are for that, right? So
I'd have to disagree with that one, man. I don't think at that state that Goku's at, I don't think he'd be able to handle a raging great ape. I think he'd die.
even chopping off the tail?
No, because you said it yourself, right? And that's what made me think. He was like, is he even able to fly at this time?
Yeah.
And I remember around that time when he had his son, he was on Nimbus a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
He wasn't anywhere as strong. So and this is he was still using Nimbus too after he came back to fight Vegeta. So if none of that happened, he never died. We're looking at a version of him that's much weaker, right? So at that point in time, there's no way he could deal with a raging ape, because that's the raw Saiyan power. And if we're talking about, we know who current Goku is, the reality of him is. So if we're talking about a diluted version of that, no way, he's getting killed. The planet is probably getting destroyed, if not half of it, because remember what they're capable of. And who at that point in time has the power single-handedly to deal with that?
So I don't think it's
on the idea.
I was gonna say to counter that, they don't need to take him one-on-one. I don't think anybody's ever actually beat a Saiyan ape, like at their kind of like when they're in that transformation. They've always beaten him by cutting off the tail. And you're right, if Goku went up against like the ape Gohan, I don't think he's gonna take him, but he doesn't have to. He just has to, cut off the tail, and I don't think Goku would be doing it alone. Even like through all this, we forget that Goku will still have friends. He'll still meet Krillin, he'll still know Roshi, and those two will still be able to help. So I think you're right. They're not going to be able to take him, but they'll be able to at least stop him.
No, but we're still talking about a watered down version of the actual Z fighters. Because if none of those things ever occurred, there's no need to train and no one to get stronger. Yeah, I think Krillin had Destructo Disc at that time, but it's the training. You see what I'm saying? With every training session intense, you see they become stronger, faster. Their battle senses are sharpened. So if we're diluting them, they're not ready for a raw Saiyan power.
Yeah,
we're talking about Broly. Literally, when we're discussing anything with great apes, we have to make that comparison to Broly. And if we're saying it's Broly versus a watered down Z fighters, come on.
I would say
and we're not even decreasing Broly's strength. We're keeping it the same. You see what I'm saying?
But when you say diluted, for me, when they're in that ape form, that diluted matters in like the battle sense, in the sense of like
the Z fighters being diluted.
Well, even with them being diluted, and like I said, you're right that they wouldn't be able to take him on a one-on-one, but they've shown that them in their kind of like ape form, they're nothing but raw power. They have no battle sense. So it wouldn't take a super strong person to say, hey, Goku, you distract them, we'll cut off the tail. Because the ape isn't going to be able to say, oh, they're planning something. He's just going to go after basically the meat in front of him,
No,
and that's why I think that they'll be
not
able to
necess-
fight him.
not necessarily, because you still have to remember those primal instincts. You have battle sense versus primal instincts, right?
Hmm.
Some who have primal instincts, we're talking about, and the best way for me to explain it would be fighter senses, right? When I'm talking about primal instincts, literally, the animals know when to move to avoid a hit just instantaneously. So it's almost like ultra instinct. You see what I'm saying? When in that sense. So that's what they have. You can't just sneak a great ape. We know, we've seen that. We've seen them try to sneak. You can't just sneak a great ape. With that primal instinct, they're able to just turn around extremely quick and swat you like a flyer. And you're thinking in your head, like, there's no way I literally was coming from his blind side. So you still have to take that into account. And it wasn't super easy for them to cut that tail off. You have to remember that too.
So I have
Even
a
though
couple-
it did take teamwork, it was still an extremely difficult task.
I do think when it comes to power, I'm thinking about Yajirobe, and I remember that he's kind of the weakest person there. I think he's weaker than Yamcha at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I do think when it comes to power, like when it comes to fighting him, and he's like in his big form, when you're talking about his instincts, I see your point there. It's the biggest issue is pretty much going to be just trapping him, because I don't think power would be it. If Yajirobe can do it, then pretty much anybody can do it.
No, but I mean, we're
Hmm.
talking about the task of cutting off his tail. You don't
Yeah.
need strength. You just need an opening. But how do you get an opening against a Broly
Krillin's
with
favorite move.
primal instincts?
Solar
Krillin's favorite
flare.
move.
Hey.
So
And we know he's got a stronger one in Super, but his regular one would be enough, because he uses that pretty frequently back in the older days. So I could see Solar Flare going off, and then maybe a Destructo Disc. That's all it takes. Of course, he's got to be thinking to do that, because he might not even be thinking that. Like,
But did Krillin learn
besides,
Solar Flare around then? And would he have learned Solar Flare?
doesn't he have Destructo Disc?
Yeah, he
I
had
think
destructive.
he-
Okay, but did he have Solar Flare pre-Saiyan Saga?
I can't remember
think he
when he
did.
got it. Let me
Because
look
if
this up.
he did, okay, yeah, because remember, we're still talking about the Z fighters if all of the Saiyans except Goku died, and there was no reason to train and get stronger. You see what I'm saying? So did he learn Solar Flare? I think he did have Destructo Disc.
So I looked it up just to be sure. Sure, he learned Solar Flare from Tien actually, so he would know it.
And that's before Vegeta and them came to
Yep.
planet Earth. Okay.
Mhm.
So then,
Okay.
with that being a reality, then I think it changes, because with teamwork and it has to be something so simple as that, as we see in how to deal with a raging great ape. I think at that point, yeah, it does change. And I mean, with those being reality, I would have to say, okay, maybe Goku doesn't die. Maybe he doesn't, because he does have friends. I agree with you on that. And I think with, teamwork makes the dream work. I think that, yeah, they'd be able to
I
cut
think-
his tail off.
I think
I mean, the biggest
somebody
issue
in
would be
that fight
time.
would die.
Absolutely.
I think the
someone's
biggest
gotta
issue would
die.
be time. And
That
like,
is true.
it's a matter of how far away they are. Odds are high. They've got some way to communicate to each other. So I don't think that's out of the door. But it's just a matter of time and how long it would really take. Which is faster, Bulma's plane or Nimbus?
Mm.
Because like that's really the question.
I think
I mean,
Nimbus.
I think Goku could probably handle keeping him distracted long enough, but that's the biggest question. Right there.
I have a couple points. Uh,
Mhm.
one, Goku could fly at the start of Z. It was first revealed he could fly at the end of the Goku versus Ma Junior fight. When Piccolo like destroyed all of Goku's limbs, made them all useless. Then Piccolo goes up in the air and blasts a beam at Goku. And then when it clears, Goku's nowhere to be found. And then all of a sudden they see him up in the sky, and he goes straight down into Piccolo, headbutting him to end the fight. And I don't know if it was mentioned in the anime, but in the manga, Tien's like, "Oh, the flying technique." So it's like that's when he was first revealed to use it. Um, Second, I kind of agree with Pope. Like, I don't think Goku will do with like it's not gonna be a teamwork thing at first, cause when Vegeta first turned into the Uzaru form, uh Goku's like he comes to the realization, oh shit, I
Yeah.
was the beast that killed Gohan, Grandpa Gohan. So that was his first time realizing the tail turns him a Saiyan into the Uzaru form. So he had no idea the tail does this. So if Gohan was the first turned into an Uzaru form, like
He wouldn't
he,
know how to do
yeah, he
That
wouldn't
makes
know
sense.
about this, the like taking off the tail. He would probably just try to duke it out
They
and
try to
probably
duke it
lose his
out.
life. So and then like when he first
I didn't think about that.
introduces Gohan to like Bulma, Krillin, Master Roshi, and they see Gohan with the tail, they're like, whoa, what the heck? He's got a tail? How is he around the full moon? And then Goku's just like, I don't know, bro. We fall asleep before the moon comes out. Like he's completely oblivious to the fact that like Gohan can turn into an Uzaru form. So it's just like a matter of time until this happens. So I believe it would happen, and Goku's just in for the fight of his life solo with possibly Chi-Chi. And then like Gohan might like eventually like turn into it again, but Goku might be dead. And then it'd be up to Krillin, Bulma, and like the rest of the Z fighters be like, all right, we gotta handle business.
Well, hold on, because you kind of cracked it wide open.
Mhm.
Because if it after what you just said, I don't think there's gonna be anyone left to do anything. Because let's say the full moon pops out and the kid just happens to wake up and sees it, and dad is asleep, mom's knocked out. I mean, the reaction time on a raging great ape in that close proximity, I see Goku and Chi-Chi losing their lives really quick, and now we've got a loose raging great ape on Earth that no one knows how to deal with, mind you, right? Now, because this is the first time that anybody's seen this, no one knows how to deal with it, and the strongest person at the moment is gone already, ASAP, quick. It's over. There's nothing else to talk about because I mean, who's
You-
left? It's not like Vegeta's here as secondary muscle. We've got Goku. After Goku, who's the strongest on Earth at that point in time? Let's say Piccolo. Piccolo's not going to be able to deal with that. And after that, there's what? There's nothing. He's gonna rage across the planet until he passes out or the full moon goes down, and by then, half a city, or if not a complete city, wherever he transformed is destroyed. And now, I'm just saying, because if we
Mm.
follow that what you just said, Squall, then yeah.
Mhm. I guess that
Pic-
would
Didn't
kind
Piccolo
of.
destroy the moon?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I don't know how much of a good point that would be, because I think Piccolo fighting Raditz had a big impact on his knowledge on the moon does this. Uh I'm not too sure about that, but
But he
I
didn't throw the
know.
orb.
Huh?
He didn't throw that orb though.
What orb?
Raditz never threw the orb.
Yeah.
Remember how
So
like Vegeta throws it? But, like
yeah.
how would he?
I'm not
Wait, so
sure
he
how
destroyed the-
Piccolo figured that out, to be honest.
I think he saw him change into it, and it could also be something like he's like part Kami. He's not fused, but he's like Piccolo, Kami Piccolo. It might be some kind of knowledge there, but he probably saw him change, look up at the sky, and was like, oh, something's going on, maybe werewolf. and did something about it. I
Yeah.
think that's probably what happened.
Didn't
He just
didn't
blows up the moon.
didn't Piccolo have okay, so when did Piccolo blow up the moon? Wasn't it when he was training Gohan? Isn't that
Yes, it was.
after
Yeah.
Goku's death?
Yes.
So then that means that never happens because Raditz wasn't alive. So the moon is
Mhm.
literally still there. No one knows how to deal with this. Long
Roshi.
story short.
Roshi blew up the
Roshi.
moon when Goku was a kid. Like the first World Martial Arts tournament, Goku turns into an Uzaru form, and Roshi does like a Kamehameha, and they all think he's gonna blow up Goku as like an Uzaru form, but he actually aimed for the moon. So that's a possibility. And then there's
Get
war.
free.
So Roshi blew up the moon and then Piccolo blew it up again.
Yeah.
So wasn't there a thing where they talked about like in Dragon Ball Z where Piccolo didn't blow up the moon, he blew up an illusion of it or something?
Yes. I
remember something about that.
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember him blowing up the moon, and I remember him blowing up the Saiyan pod as well. Like, I can't remember which one is like correct, to be honest, or like if there was like two separate occasions Gohan turned into an Uzaru form.
A lot of people just be blowing up the moon is what I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
that part. Yeah, the moon's just good. The moon's gotta go, apparently.
No break. No break.
Holy smokes. No moon, just the sun. Damn, okay.
I guess kind of going for like Pope's point, let's just say that like, yeah, Goku and Chi-Chi like get taken out. This would kind of go to a question that I don't know if I posted on the podcast, but I asked Squall about it not too long ago. I was like, what level of a gun would humans have to make to even kill a Saiyan? Right? Like, do humans have anything that could kill them? Right? Because in original Dragon Ball, Krillin, Roshi, and Goku all get shot at, and bullets just ricochet off of them. Now, the bullets that they're used, I think, come from like an SMG, right? So not very high caliber. But it's also been shown that a very small laser will pierce through Goku. I think it's in a movie that somebody shoots him with a very thin laser, and it goes through him like a bullet. So, like...
He's relaxed.
He's relaxed.
Key
Okay,
armor. It's the key armor argument.
Okay, yeah. So, is there anything like? Let's just say Gohan does go on a rampage. Do you think sending like a couple of F fighter jets to fight him would do anything at all, or would just make him angry?
I would say nuke him, but that's probably just gonna piss him off and make him do a fucking a mouth beam.
The only way is if they take off that tail, and
Yeah.
the odds of them knowing that are low.
That's super
Unless
low.
somehow the
Yeah.
bomb just blows it off, that's a possibility.
And I don't think that's gonna happen either. I don't think that's happening. I don't think so.
Like, matter of fact, we
honestly,
actually kind of
I'm-
know the answer to that. And
I'm
that's
gonna be honest-
Cell.
I'm gonna be honest with
Remember
you.
the Cell
though.
fight?
I
Go
feel
ahead,
like
go ahead, go ahead.
I feel like that whole tail cutting with Yajirobe was just for storyline purposes. Because when you really think about it, he's weak as hell, and a great ape is able to withstand beam blasts and all the things of that sort. There's no fucking way a Yajirobe. I mean, even though they're saying like the tail is the weakest point, I just can't fathom him of all people. Him. I'm not, and listen, there might be some fans, but him of all people, no. I would say Krillin. I would say Krillin. I would say Krillin, yes, because there's some extra strength there, but not him. I feel like you have to put some sort of muscle, even though that's the weakest point, because look at what they're able to withstand. It's Saiyan armor times 100 we're talking about, bro. Like, come on.
I agree.
Like,
I think the only way that works is if it's like they'd have to train their tail basically.
yeah.
And so it's like if they're not training their tail at all, and they're just training their body, it's possible that they're just weaker around there. Like as if the key armor is gone past the tail. That's the part of the protection
yeah,
of the
but
tail.
Yajirobe though, like
I gotta
No,
agree
I-
with Pope
It's
on this
it's
one.
odd. It's odd. It's a very odd thing. 100%.
Well, one thing I do agree, but the first time Goku turned into the Uzaru form, Poor cuts Goku's tail off, and Poor, I don't think he's even a fighter. Just she transforms into a giant pair of scissors and snips it off.
That's what I just don't. I mean, I guess that okay. So maybe that's the whole plot to it. You know, that's their Achilles heel, officially because you know, fuck it. I
They
mean,
have
they're
to have
damn
a
near
weakness.
they have to have. It's just like Superman and Kryptonite. Fuck it.
Mhm.
So I get it. Fine. So okay, Yajirobe, you got it. Whatever. I just can't. Every time I think about it, I'm like, you fat motherfucker. Like, you useless motherfucker, bro. Get the sensu beans, goddammit.
That was his peak, bro. That was his peak. Never seen again.
Never see.
For real.
Alright. I think this is a good part to end the segment. But to circle back to like the first part of it. So I actually researched up this answer. Why did Frieza, what's it called, spare Nappa, Raditz, and Goku? One comment that really stood out to me, one guy said on Reddit, was, why didn't the cat kill the mouse? And I looked up this phrase, why didn't the cat kill the mouse? And it basically means like when a cat is full, usually they hunt for fun. They hunt their prey and then they eat their prey. But when they're full, they end up just playing with their prey. So basically, how I take this as is Frieza, his version of hunting is killing and conquering. And when he's had his fill of hunting or killing and conquering, like, you know, killing the whole planet Vegeta, conquering planets, what does he do? He plays with the remnants, the last little disciples of the Saiyan race. Keeps them along as little pets, like, yeah, dance, monkey, dance. So that's kind of how I like viewed this like Frieza sparing them. What do you guys think? Last thoughts on this? Is does that sound suffice to you, or do you guys like disagree in any way?
I think it just goes along with what we said earlier. Honestly, it's basically you just put up an would you say it an analogy or
Mm-hmm.
a
Yeah,
saying?
analogy. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much what we just said earlier, though.
It's like his
Yeah.
arrogance that gets the best of him.
Yes.
Hmm.
So basically,
agree
like
with
when you guys like gave your guys' answers, like, damn, this is like all of it, like this is exactly, you guys are exactly right. It's just like
Yeah.
everybody's right.
Yeah.
But, all right, I will start doing some ad reads. So give me 1 sec, guys, and then we'll go on to segment 2.
Ad read.
He's getting the big bucks.
Oh, that's right.
Rumble's exclusive apparel has finally arrived. They are now offering 20% off all purchases in the Rumble store with the discount code DROP20. If you want to support the brand that is fighting for free speech and fighting for our First Amendment, this is the best way to do it. They have tees, sweaters, hats, plus much more. Go to rumble.store and make sure to enter DROP20 as the promo code and get 20% off your entire order.
20% off. So if you spend
The
$100,
club.
that's $20 off.
There you go. You're spending 80, gang.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm with it. Hold on. Let me go. Let me click. Hold on. I'm on the way. Yeah, oh my God.
All right. So,
What does chat say?
so chat came up with one question.
Say that.
Where'd it go? Who would benefit the most from a hyperbolic time chamber session? Dragon Ball Super not included.
Like what
So,
character?
Yes.
um, I was gonna say Yamcha, but he'd goof off, so no.
Honestly, I would think Krillin.
Oh my god.
Yes, yes, yes.
I think
The
Krillin
real
would be the
question
one.
is, who would go with him?
Yeah, you need somebody to train.
Because I'm looking at Piccolo specifically. Piccolo's always been weaker than most of them because he always trains alone and isn't it like mostly mind fighting? So like he's always weaker for that reason. I think Krillin would have to have somebody.
Hmm.
It'd probably be Goku.
Oh.
Let's be honest.
I was gonna say probably Goku, but if like,
Nah,
Yeah.
I'd say Gohan. We're talking.
You sure?
Yeah, we're talking. You saying benefit the most, right? That was the question.
Because
Yes.
if
So-
he's finding like a bigger gap, I feel like he'd go towards that gap. Versus like Gohan is kind of near him, in a sense.
mhm.
Like Goku could take up stages, versus Gohan isn't on that kind of mindset or that level.
I think from everything Gohan has learned from Goku in the hyperbolic time chamber, he can take that with him when he trains in the hyperbolic time chamber alone.
Well, let me spread this for a second, right? So,
Mhm.
what you saying would benefit the most, right? Are we talking about pre-super?
Yes.
Pre-super, what was Gohan? That's the correct question, right? Gohan was a student. Gohan was never been a warrior in a sense of Saiyan warriors like Vegeta and Goku, okay?
Mhm.
Constantly training. So then I now think about the hyperbolic time chamber and the strength of the hyperbolic time chamber. It's not necessarily a training ground, but it plays with time. So I believe it's an hour turns into what, a year? Or what is it again?
A day turns into a year.
A day
Okay.
turns into a year. Okay, and we're talking about Gohan. Now, if we know who Gohan is, we know that Gohan unlocked Beast. So if we're talking about benefits and we're talking about pre-super, we're taking the kid who is a half warrior, half human, who never has time to train because his mom is always on his ass, and we're putting him in a hyperbolic time chamber and giving him, let's give him a week, 7 days. That's 7 years he gets to train. What are we really going to expect to walk out of the hyperbolic time chamber? Especially if we're talking pre-super, that means we're talking his potential being unlocked, right? We're talking Boo, right? So we're taking that Gohan that was peak,
Yeah.
right? We talk pre-super, that was peak Gohan, and we're giving him 7 years to do nothing but train. I say Beast Gohan walks out of the hyperbolic time chamber at that point. That's what I'm saying. So if we're talking about who would benefit the most, absolutely Gohan. Because even if we put Krillin in and we give him 7 days, how far are we really going, Krillin? Are you really going to be able to really handle anything really like that? You're still human, so there's still limitations. If we take anyone other than a Saiyan, the benefits are gonna stop, and they're still going to be, and it sounds harsh, but useless at some point in time. Because look at all of the universal threats that have come. Now, Boo pops up. No one could do anything about it other than Pete Gohan, and then he slips up, gets, absorbed, and now we have damn near a universal threat, which caused Goku and Vegeta to merge, giving birth to the Ultimate Warrior, right?
Mhm.
I'm just saying, if we take Pete Gohan and we throw him in for 7 days, you're coming out with a completely different monster. That's all. So if we're talking about benefits, I have to say Gohan because he's a hybrid and because he has that type of potential. I don't want to go with Vegeta and Goku because we obviously know what they will be capable of. But Pete Gohan, pre-super, 7 days in a hyperbolic time chamber, I'm saying Beast Gohan walks out of there.
Quick
And
question.
if we were talking about it, Resurrection F Gohan could have used that hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah. Pre-super.
I know. I just had to mention it. I just had to. That was crazy.
Quick question. I think I missed it, but where did the 7 days come from?
It was just that.
I'm not. Yeah, I was just saying. I mean, if we give him 7 days, you see what I'm saying? Because if a day, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, let's say he gets a week, and the only reason I'm saying that is because I'm remembering, like I said, what Gohan is at that point in time. He's a student. You feel me? He's all right, mom. I'm going to class. All right, mom. I'm here. I'm there. I don't have time to train. But hell, hey, mom, listen. I'm going on vacation for a week. You know, Goku's don't tell mom flies up hyperbolic time chamber. I've got only 7 days and I gotta get back home. Beast Gohan is walking out of there, especially if we're talking about peak Gohan pre-super. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking of everything. Because Gohan wasn't a warrior. He couldn't just go off and just go train with Dad or train with Vegeta. He had to adhere to who? Chi-Chi. Because that's what Dad said. Listen to your mom, okay? I know it could be rough sometimes. I know you want to do this, but listen to your mom. So he listened to mom. He went to school. He got a girlfriend. He became the great Saiyan man. He, you know what I'm saying? He did all of this earthly human stuff. Can the kid get 7 days to just train in a facility that turns a day into a year? You see what I'm saying? Especially with his potential unlocked, especially with him being that strong in the Buu saga. No, Beast Gohan is walking out of there. I see him benefiting the most, and I'm looking at an overall boost for the Z fighters. Because if Gohan had a week to really train, you see what I'm saying? During that Buu saga, let's just say he had his potential unlocked, and then they tossed him in a hyperbolic time chamber, and he's got, let's say 5 days, a few days, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And Majin Buu's tripping and shit. Come on. You've got somebody walking on there that's probably on par with Vegeta and Goku merging, and that's like, what, Super Saiyan 2 or some shit? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying at that point in time, I'm saying Beast Gohan is walking out of there if he's got 7 days. And that's peak Gohan pre-super. That's all I'm saying. I'm just looking at overall. You know what I'm saying? Krillin ain't gonna benefit in the long run. Tien's not benefiting in the long run. Yamcha, hell no. I don't see any. You know what I'm saying?
So I see what you're saying.
Who do you send in there with Gohan? That's the question.
Piccolo.
Who do you send in there? Yes.
Nah. You think Piccolo? Because
his teacher?
Nah.
His teacher? The one who could draw it out of him. Goku can fight him, but Piccolo can teach him.
Yeah, Piccolo okay.
Let me spit real quick. So basically, pre-tournament power, right? Gohan, weak as fuck. Who brought him back? Piccolo. In one day, brought him all the way back to ultimate Gohan strength. And then, so in one day he can get back to full strength. And then he after tournament power all the way to what was that movie? Superhero. He slacked off on his training again, and in one fight unleashes a new form all the way to Beast Gohan. So I think I agree with Pope here that Gohan would definitely he probably doesn't even need a year. He probably just needs a couple days since he's at his peak right after Super Buu, like a couple days of real time in the hyperbolic time chamber to train, and then he'll probably get that Beast Gohan form. To be honest,
he might even break that. It might. I feel like his potential is limitless. Fuck a Goku and Ultra Instinct and all that other shit. The kid's got the stuff, bro. He's got the stuff. Give him his 7 days, and you've got.
Where do you see the androids?
Androids.
Where do y'all see the androids though?
That's a good topic, because Android 17 training with some animals got all the way up to Super Saiyan Blue.
I mean,
that is weird how they did it. Yeah, and then it's like 18 never 18 was just right on par with him. Like it is, I didn't understand that. I don't really understand the Android situation.
Like,
I forget
I
about
mean,
the Android sometimes.
limitless
like
energy.
about their providing.
And the Android should get a little bit more attention because I mean, like I said, limitless energy. That's I mean, when you think about Androids, when I think about Androids, I'm thinking about AA batteries for my spirit bomb gun.
I only ever think about 18. That's the thing.
You freak.
uh-huh.
Hey, that's only on Tuesdays for you. I got her Monday. Chill out. Yeah, I mean, I'm always thinking like Goku should always just take them with him. I need that spirit bomb. Like, come on, bro. You got limitless energy in the crew and you don't utilize it. That's insane. I don't get it. I don't.
It's about the same as Slim Majin Buu. That's why it won't happen. It's the same greatness as Slim Majin Buu. Yeah. You're not getting that, you know that. Well, you know what? That was free Toriyama. We might get that. It's possible.
Maybe.
Oh, Slim Boo?
Yeah, and I say that because I think I said in my podcast, it's kind of like he was always about the comedy. And so Slim Boo was kind of that comedy. But now we know he exists. Well, him becoming Slim Boo, we didn't get him, is kind of that comedy aspect. That's what I'm saying.
I got you.
Now with since Toriyama's gone, it's possible we might get to see Slim Boo, of course, once it gets off of hiatus. So,
yeah, when is he gonna wake up? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, he did. That's in the manga though.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm actually gonna after thinking about it for some time. Here's my thought on who benefits the most from a hyperbolic time chamber sesh. It's actually Yamcha, believe it or not. And here's my reasoning. So, Tournament of Power Arc, Goku completely skips over Yamcha, right? Just he's a joke basically at this point. Like Yamcha's over here, like, yeah, Goku's gonna ask me any second now, and then Goku just walks right past him. Oh, okay, he's saving me for later. And then like Goku goes to Roshi, asks him, and then comes out. All right, now he's gonna ask me. Nope, still walks past him. It was a complete joke. But let's say he, after the Majin Buu saga, goes in the hyperbolic time chamber, trains up, keeps up his training. Now he might be like, Goku might be like, yo, Yamcha, you know what? I see you, bro. Your muscles are looking big. You trying to join the Tournament of Power Arc? Like, I think that would be the biggest benefit, that now he's actually relevant now, you know? What do you guys think?
I agree with you. He gets knocked out. First one out the ring, gone.
See, the question, I see the question as like, who gains the most benefit, right? Benefit isn't about like who is becoming the strongest in the series, the universe, the world, or anything like that. It's just who is benefiting the most. And while you're correct, Gohan going in there might be able to unlock a lot of energy and potential. I feel like that's kind of expected because he is a Saiyan. Versus, we've never seen how far a human can be pushed in that universe. And that's why I said Krillin. Because if you put somebody in there where you don't know the potential, I feel like they will gain the most benefit. And like, if I had to choose between Yamcha and Krillin, I'm always choosing Krillin. But I can see the benefit of like Yamcha. It's kind of like when you ask a person like, what is the best cell phone, right? I say this just because I used to work with cell phones, and I used to tell people the iPhone 3 was the best cell phone that ever existed. And it wasn't because it is good or it was great. It's because it made such a huge leap. It made such a huge leap in technology that's when everybody decided to be like, that is what we have to do. And so I think if you put a human like Krillin, Yamcha, even Roshi in there, they will unlock what a human can actually do in that universe. And it might never reach like Super Saiyan level or a level that they can beat a Saiyan, but it might be able to reach a level where it is unexpected. Like if Frieza came to Earth and fought one of them at like that unlocked potential that maybe a human can get. I feel like that's why I said like Krillin, because I feel like there is something there that just hasn't been shown. That's why I said like that's why I say they would get the most benefit. If we're talking about who's going to become the strongest in there, just in the universe, absolutely, I would choose also Gohan.
Okay. So I believe I started this when I said this earlier. I said excluding Yamcha, and because I think he'd goof off. The reason I think he would goof off is simple. Remember that Krillin, even in Super, right? Like he's still doing some training. He's got 18 at the end of the day. He's doing some training, but Yamcha was passed over. If Yamcha goes in there, even if he has maybe Piccolo, he's not gonna do it as good. He's not gonna practice. He's not even gonna try hard enough. Truth be told, didn't he slap Beerus in the back of the head or something? Like he's not serious. I just don't. I don't feel that way. Now I know he shows up in the Moral arc, and I think he trains in that one. So I will give him that. He does do that there. But it's Yamcha. This isn't Krillin we're talking about. It's Yamcha. Like. Dude, Tien, to me, Krillin and Tien are on the same mindset. It's Yamcha, like.
I get that.
We can put Yajirobe in there, and I trust him more.
Yamcha need to babysit the kids, bro. Start daycare, son, bro. Him and Piccolo need to start daycare again.
You know what? I think you're right. That would be the greatest daycare.
Then watch the kids while the heroes go and do stuff. Piccolo training them in the backyard. Yamcha making those sandwiches in the kitchen for lunchtime. You feel me? He's gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. You need a babysitter, bro. Bulma's busy making stuff to go into space and time travel. You feel me? Chi-Chi, we gonna leave Chi-Chi where she at, gang.
She can stay there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna leave her where she at.
Guys, I got you. Future Trunks.
Oh shit.
Future Trunks. Oof.
Yes.
That's an interesting one.
Because he's the only dude on that place that can fight anybody. Like, yeah, Gohan being there, sure. Give me Future Trunks with Piccolo, and it's golden. He's gonna be Trunks Beast, Trunks Super Beast, Trunks God Beast, whatever.
He damn near went blue. He damn near went blue in Zamasa saga. He damn near went blue. All that beatdown his daddy gave him, and then he had the aura around his Super Saiyan. I was like, okay, gang, you got it. I see you. I see the potential in you, son. I see it. You know? So I think I can see that there because there's so many question marks as to what he could unlock and achieve. And in all honesty, if we look at the road of Gohan, we have to say Future Trunks or Trunks in general, it doesn't matter, should mirror that because they're the same. They're the same. Half human, half Saiyan. 50-50, straight up and down. So I see Trunks should be on par with Gohan.
Like I could definitely see that.
I can kind of agree with that, yeah.
Even Goten, all three of those guys should be on the same level. They should have the same depth of potential. They should, because it's half Saiyan, half human equally. It's not like Gohan had a daughter with a human or a kid with a human. You see what I'm saying? So where now the same blood is even more watered down.
All right. On a slight tangent, it just dawned on me when I mentioned Trunks. In the previous segment, at some point we were talking about the Saiyans on Earth and how the path would go. Well, it just dawned on me that Future Trunks might come into their timeline. It's a possibility.
No, that's impossible because he would cease to exist immediately with the death of Vegeta, because if Vegeta was wiped out, because remember we're talking about if all of the scenes were wiped out other than Goku, there's no way
But
that
it's a
Trunks
separate
could even
timeline.
exist. Yeah, but it's a timeline that could only exist if Vegeta is alive and he survives that explosion. There's no way for that timeline to exist with Trunks in it if Vegeta never meets Goku or even goes to Earth. It's impossible.
The only reason I'm thinking it might still be possible is that he's not going to go find Vegeta. In every time we see Future Trunks, he's always looking for Goku, and so I feel like that's possible.
You know, I see what you're
Um,
talking
I
about.
see what-
Like,
I see where you're
yeah.
coming from.
I do agree with you. Trunks would he would benefit from the hyperbolic time chamber, because if there was the hyperbolic time chamber in his timeline and he uses it and gets that whatever form he got in that Zamasu arc, he wouldn't need to go back in time and keep getting Goku and Vegeta all the time. He could just handle business on his own.
He'd handle business on his own. But Ninja, just to jump back on what you were saying, I can't see Trunks existing to
It makes sense.
go
It makes
back.
sense.
You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, I get you.
in order for him to exist, Vegeta would have to step foot on Earth.
hmm
And then that would give birth to whatever timelines could come, because then Trunks would actually exist in the future in order to come back to the past. You feel what I'm saying? But if Vegeta literally ceased to exist before Vegeta even knew about Earth and Bulma and anything of that sort, it's done for Trunks.
I guess it depends where you split the timeline. Because if you split the timeline at where Goku hits Earth and he's the only Saiyan alive, that would be true. But if you split the timeline where like Frieza is killing all the Saiyans, and you kind of split the timeline from there, where it's like, oh, she didn't kill all the Saiyans here versus she did kill all the Saiyans, it is possible that they could still meet. Yeah, they could still meet somewhere. It's just the whole timeline thing is always confusing, because again, it depends where you split it.
Yeah, it does. as long as Vegeta makes it to Earth, there is a possibility. Because we have to remember now. Because remember the original discussion, right? This is coming from if Frieza wiped out all of the Saiyans except Goku.
Mm-hmm.
So if Goku is the only Saiyan, he makes it to Earth. Okay, we have to see what happens. You see what I'm saying? What actually happens? He makes it to Earth. Everything goes as normal. You see what I'm saying? Because they only have interactions with Saiyans when Raditz comes, but none of that exists. So everything is still progressing. He still ends up having the son, all of that cool stuff. You see what I'm saying? But nothing else exists. Nothing else happens. Saying there's no Saiyans, there's no nothing. It's just Goku on Earth. Just Goku on Earth, hanging out, doing Earth stuff.
Watching TV,
trying to sneak away and train. It's calm. It's calm.
Right.
It's real calm.
I think Goku would be sneaking around the train, definitely, 100%.
Oh, for sure. I would almost say that he would be sneaking around so much that Chi-Chi would accuse him of cheating.
Exactly. And then cry, and then he reveals to her, all I've been doing is training, Chi-Chi. I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell you, because you get upset. And then she gets mad, Goku!
Well, okay, guys, since we're talking about this again, if Goku's more around, does Gohan become a better fighter?
Absolutely. More opportunities to train.
I think it goes back to the previous kind of answer of like, is Piccolo there? Because Goku has been his father and kind of like a goalpost, but Piccolo's always been kind of the teacher.
But that's because Goku's never around.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, bro. Like, look, seriously. are you really gonna step on the dad's toes? No, you're not. Dad is here, and on top of that, dad is stronger than your teacher. The only reason he's your teacher is because your dad was dead. You feel me? Like, if your dad's around, who do you think is gonna train you? Your dad. And your dad's a better fighter. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. If Goku was around, Gohan would have definitely been a better fighter, a stronger fighter. Absolutely. I think he would have trained with Piccolo and learned some techniques which would have made him unique. But I think that if his dad was around more, he would have been stronger. Definitely.
You think? Do you think Chi-Chi would allow Goku to train Gohan though?
I think they would have snuck away so many times, and she would have spent so many nights looking up into the sky, cursing him, and then going to sleep, and then waking up, and they're knocked out, and she being upset, and that would have just been a cycle. I think he would have told Gohan, "Listen, just try to do your schoolwork, and we're gonna get as much training as we possibly can." You know, because remember, Goku was one of those unique guys. He even turned, if you guys remember correctly, I think it was him and Piccolo, and they turned chores into training. So
Yeah.
it was, you remember that, right? So it was damn near any little opportunity that they can get to train that they would. And you know what? Once chores were done, they're flying off to go train. And I think because he's done it before, he's like, Chi-Chi, we gotta go train. There is certain times when he has put his foot down and he has gently told his wife, go sit your ass in a house and we gotta go be men real quick. Sit down for a second. We need to go work out, get the muscles pumping. You see these pecs, you feel me? Same pecs he be laying on. That's how we gotta go to. Stop playing with me, mullets. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think he would have put his foot down at a certain point of time, and they would have went off to train. He would have complained about it, but it would have been okay because everyone's alive and they all got muscles. That's it. That's it. That's how.
Yeah,
I
I think
actually
he could.
think Goku's death probably played more. I think Goku's deaths and him being away because of that is probably more or less the reason why Chi-Chi was probably so hard on Gohan now that I think about it. Because she's probably thinking to herself, like, I don't want my baby to die. My husband just died probably more than one time.
They
So,
out here
like,
beating my husband up. They gonna beat my
well,
son.
she's probably thinking that. But then it's like, at the same time, I also wonder about, like, when Gohan says to Chi-Chi, I've got to go to Namek. Did that not strike a chord into her why did that not strike a chord into her? Like, this is serious if he's talking back to me. Because he don't ever do that.
Yeah,
He's a good boy.
Yes, yeah.
I do remember Goku only convinced Chi-Chi to take Gohan to train once because there was like a world-ending threat. Other than that, they're just gonna have to sneak little training sessions here or there after all the homework and chores are done.
Exactly. And that's where the hyperbolic time chamber comes into play. Get a lot done in a little bit of time.
Well, a softer Chi-Chi comes from a less world-ending threats timeline. That's what I'm hearing.
Too. Yeah, no, it's true because if Big Papa's around more, we don't got too much to worry about. So it's not going to be a whole bunch of complaining. Chores going to get done. She gets to see her kid every day. They get to train. They're going to be able to train. There's no way because Goku. It's Goku we're talking about. Come on.
Nobody ever asked Gohan like what he wants to do. It's like, do chores, do this. Now we're gonna go and train. Come on, let's go.
No, he actually wanted to train. Low key, Gohan wanted to train. He used to daydream about training, and that's when he was stuck in the house doing homework and chores. Gohan low key did want to train. He was like, one of my fathers doing. One of the fathers, and he always wanted to be with his dad. He wanted to train. That was a Saiyan part of him. That literally was the warrior spirit within him. He wanted to train.
All right, one sec, guys. I'm gonna be doing my ad reads right here.
Hell yeah, we finna go spend some more money. Hold on.
Put the crown on, guys.
Convince me.
Make sure to download the Rumble app. Once you download it, search for my channel and follow the channel directly on the app. This will make sure that you get a notification every time we go live. Click the link in the description or pin the live chat to download the Rumble app on your phone. It's free. If you prefer to watch us on the big screen, it's also available for Apple TV, Android TV, Fire TV, Roku, LG, and Samsung TVs. All you need to do is search for Rumble.
Hell yeah.
Hold on, I ain't done downloading. Hold on.
Oh shit! I already completed. It's gonna
On
disappear.
Rumble today.
Convince me, gang. Shit. You got some more ads? Hold on. Spent about $80 fucking with you, gang.
What's chat talking about now, Spall?
Stuff Central says I need a Yamcha soundboard.
That's
Yeah.
just explosions and a body hitting the ground.
well, I was playing Power World with him one day, and to be funny, I named my character Yamcha, and like when he first saw me on the game, he was like Yamcha. And so it's like kind of a, I should use that. I need to make that his Yamcha into a soundboard.
It would have been funny if you named your character Yamcha and your game just crashed.
So bad.
As expected of Yamcha. Oh man, all I could ever think when I hear the name Yamcha is his body just laying in the fucking crater.
Laying there.
Oh, smart. Like you did all of that smooth with that Wolfang fist, and then you just blew up. You suck.
If I remember, actually, it was a little bit redeeming because in the fighting game, the Dragon Ball Z Fighters, I think Yamcha was actually considered like A or S tier. Like he was
Yes,
a good, he was a good
Yes,
pick.
he was. Oh my god, he was, and I could not believe it. His Wolfang fist fucking moves.
It fucked you up, man.
Jesus, bro. Oh my god. We talk all that shit about Yamcha, boy. Boy, get beat by Yamcha.
Yep. He was a
Holy
solid
There was
pick.
another Hercule too.
Yeah, that's right.
I
Hercule.
couldn't believe that shit.
That was great.
Oh my god.
I legitimately almost feel like the developers were just like, let's
They did that
let's
on
give it
purpose.
to let's give
They
it to
did
them.
it on purpose. Yes, they did.
Yep.
And it was like unexpected. Like no one is gonna expect this. No,
Yep.
you know what? You know what comes to my mind when we talk about this? That sound. They'll never know. How are they gonna know? They'll never know.
They'll never know.
They'll never know. Because you would never pick them. Who's gonna do? Oh, we're gonna get Goku. We're gonna get Vegeta. We're gonna get Piccolo. We got all these super strong characters. Yamcha and fucking Hercule busting ass. Yo.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
That's great.
Pope, real quick.
What's up,
Games with Lou Boo says tell Pope to do the sexy sax. He still you still owe him 1,000 channel points.
I did my sexy stack on my wife's channel. He missed it. What's up, Lou? What's going on with you, bro? We need to dive one time, bro. I got some ship upgrades I gotta get done.
All right. What do we got going up next, Squall?
Okay. Now is the segment 3. Now it's your guys' turn to take the floor. You guys whip out your questions for us to debate about, and we'll go one by one, go through a debate round of debates, and then we'll go on to the next person's question. I can't remember who went first last time, to be honest.
I think I did.
Okay, so we'll start with Churro.
Yeah, I think it will. I want to go back to one that I actually posed earlier during this stream. assuming that they're not at their most peak form, right? But they still have some Saiyan armor on there. What do you think it would take a whole army to take on like one Saiyan going Super Saiyan? Like let's just say Goku, right? But he doesn't go God or anything. It's just like Saiyan armor and like level 1 Super Saiyan. How much do you think humans would have to throw at him before they take him down? Do you think it'll take like a squad with 5 dudes and AKs, or you think you got to send like the whole military towards him?
I've got an answer for this, and it's back to Cell. If you guys remember, Cell fought the whole army, the tanks and all that.
Yeah.
Annihilated them.
Yeah.
So I believe that is what would happen.
He would literally, he wouldn't even have to go Super Saiyan. I think base form, no Kaioken with Saiyan armor on, there's nothing they can throw at him. Because even if they launch a nuke, before the nuke gets to it, he'll blast it.
So you're thinking just nothing? Like not even like if all the world powers got together, he's still wiping them?
It's literally Superman floating above you. What the hell are you really gonna do about it? The guy can shoot beams from his hands that can destroy buildings and tanks. There's nothing. Look at what the androids did.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
I'll take it even.
Just walking around shopping.
Omni-Man.
I'll take it even a step back. In the Saiyan saga, I don't know if this part was canon, but there was that time that Vegeta was like, "Hey, who's this Goku guy you guys are talking about? Is that Kakarot?" And they're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, oh, he's coming back? All right, we'll give him, I forget, like 2 or 3 hours to arrive." And in those 2 to 3 hours, Nappa went around destroying shit. They threw planes, jets, and everything at him. He was just having fun, just ripping through it like nothing. So I don't even think they, like, Goku would, like all of, like, Earth's mightiest forces couldn't even handle a base form Goku, let alone a Super Saiyan form. They would need, like, an army of, like, TNs to, like, do anything to Goku.
He said an army of TNs.
TNs, army.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's just a bunch of Captain Americas. They still getting slapped.
Yeah, like, so if like human potential is, like, Krillin is far beyond whatever a human army can do. If they had like a bunch of Krillins, like, yes, I think they can actually put a dent into like Goku at least.
What? You are disrespectful, sir.
I could see that.
I can't see it. I'm Ray Charles to that statement, sir.
You don't think?
Absolutely not.
You think an army of Krillins?
Army of them?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. How dare you disrespect Goku like that? Don't you ever, sir. Absolutely. Put Krillin on a pedestal and knock that bald-headed fool off of there. Nope. It ain't happening. No, absolutely not. If Nappa was trash, he wasn't even close to being as strong as Vegeta, right? You made that statement. Nappa was just tearing through stuff. It just didn't matter. So if we're talking about Goku, and Goku has the power to reach Super Saiyan 1, but he chooses not to, he stays base form, then his base form is already way stronger than Nappa. And look at what Nappa did. Goku will just literally walk through anything they throw at him. And he'll walk
for 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah, and he walk right up to the world powers that be and walk through the door and tell them, it's either you kneel or I'll blast your way right now. They will kneel because he literally walked through every bomb, bullet, and tank. I don't think an army of Krillins, Chaosus, Tiens, let's say the pinnacle of the human race, right? And I actually think Roshi is probably the pinnacle in my personal opinion, because I feel like Roshi can take Tien or Chaosu or Krillin on a 1v1, and if that's the case, then I'll say an army of Roshis. That wouldn't even be enough to put a dent in that. I don't think there's anything at that point that would be able to stop him. Absolutely not.
Well,
I feel like it'd be similar to Yujiro Hanma. He has the world by the balls. You guys know Yujiro
That is true. Yeah, I already know Baki.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. He's a different type of animal.
Yeah.
He's a different type of animal. I've never seen.
I mean, if he could throw Ki Blast, he'd basically be Goku, I feel like. Or Vegeta.
No,
Like,
stop.
that's just kind of
Stop
what...
being different type of game. No, he's on the level of Jiren. Look at his composure. Just look at his. That makes him a Jiren, gang. He threw Ki Blasts. That's my man Jiren right there, gang. Oh, what? No talk. There's no talk. I'm just slapping you. That's it.
The only reason I was thinking like an army of Krillins is because like before Turner of Power arc, he did the solar flare times like what 100 or times 1,000, and then he like was able to like I don't know what he did. I can't remember. He either like hit him or blasted him, and they said like the loser touched the water, and he knocked Goku back. I don't think he hurt him, but knocked him back, and he like tippy toe touched the water. So technically Goku lost that fight, but. So I think like an army of Krillins, they could possibly do some damage. Possibly.
You're thinking an army of Krillins is a whole bunch of solar flares and destructo disses and bending Kamehamehas going around his place. You hoping one of them hit his ass and knock him out? Hell no, bro.
Honestly, the only way they have a chance is if the Destructo Disc cuts, because we know Sail basically just destroyed it. So the only way that works is if Krillin is able to cut him. If he's able to cut him, and matter of fact, Goku might be a little relaxed. Like it's Krillin, he's weak, whatever. So he might be a little relaxed, but it hinges on the fact if Krillin can cut him. Even a slight cut. That's all they need to know.
But remember, this is still a Goku that has the ability to go Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
So
I think
his base form is still pretty OP.
Yeah.
And I don't think a Destructo Disc is gonna hurt him at that point in time. And he would have to get caught off guard. Not even I don't think a relaxed state. If he knows it's coming, it's just
it's a wrap.
Completely off guard.
Yeah, I like Krillin's gonna have to just casually walk alongside Goku, like having a friendly conversation, and then just out of nowhere, all right, Goku, just slice him in half real quick.
So would literally against Goku or any Saiyan, the world's greatest warrior would actually be like a ninja or an assassin?
It'd have to be.
Yeah, they'd have to be.
Like that ninja off of One Punch Man. What was his name again?
Oh, shit.
Sonic. Yep. Yeah. We need Sonic, bro. That's it. In a flash, the tail's on the ground.
Worst part is he's got a big tail too, so he would know. Goku would see it. He's got that smile on him again.
Yep.
It's over. I got him.
There he is.
Honestly, though, matter of fact, because I want to since we're talking about that, Krillin would probably be the best one if we're talking about the idea of a ninja doing it, because Krillin is the only one who would really know Goku, and so he could probably walk up on him the easiest. Now, again, he's still got to get the attack off fast enough. We're talking about an army of Krillins. He's probably like, what are all these Krillins doing around here? Oh, they're sending him. Okay. But if one of them showed up first and just did something, it might be possible. Again, we're talking about the idea of if he can cut him.
But is Goku?
And I don't even think he can cut him.
But Goku's bad at this point. This is the idea we're talking, right? Goku's bad.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
bad guy.
Because if we're sending all of this stuff to kill him, then he's probably doing something right. He's a bad guy, right? And we're selling Krillin to stop him. So, with that being said, then that means he's on a rampage or a mission of some sort. I think his guard is up.
Yeah.
Even if his friend is coming, I think his guard is up.
Yeah, sorry. I
feel like Krillin with him with the Talk No Jutsu first.
Talk No Jutsu. Nah, I was just laughing at the fact that like, yo, Goku's the threat. We sending Krillin, like little ass Krillin.
I'm telling you, he's the best one though. That's the crazy part.
That is
the Mafuba. There is the Mafuba.
Yeah,
That is
I was
so
just
too
about to
much.
say that. Yeah, Roshi might be the best. Yeah.
yeah, but it just reminds me of
Hey,
like
no,
the
He'd be
Resurrection
ready
F.
for it.
It just
He'd be
reminds
ready
me of
for
the Resurrection F movie, how Goku got blasted from behind. Pause.
Mhm.
It's called the key armor theory. Like it's just gonna have to be Goku's just relaxed somewhere, and then someone sneaks up on him, and has to blast him.
That probably will be easy because Goku's always slipping up.
Yeah, true.
Goku's greatest weakness is he just likes to relax.
Yeah, especially like pre-super, because I think Goku Super is a little bit more on point. And I'm only saying that because look at how he handled Hit.
Yeah.
He's using his head. And that's Whis' training by telling him like you always letting your guard down. That's what you need to work on in order to improve. So Goku Super is actually a little bit more on point in terms of his awareness. I think pre-super, if you're talking pre-super, yeah, there's a possibility because he's just such a goofball. He's always letting his guard down.
Churl, did you have like any input like to your question? Did you have any
No,
ideas?
like I think I was kind of like on the same thing. Like Goku just feels like such an OP character that I feel like even at just like regular super, there wouldn't be anything the world could bring. But now that last conversation of like, yeah, I think our world's greatest warrior against him would be like catch him on the beach and just shoot him with a 50 cal, right? Hope that does it. Send a ninja after him, something like that. Because I can't think of any other way. You're right. Like Cell just took on tank after tank and nothing happened to him. And when Frieza first showed, not Frieza, when Vegeta first showed up, holy shit, why can't I think of his name? His henchman, Nappa was just taking out like fucking planes like they were nothing. So yeah, no, I was just curious if you guys had an answer for it too.
There's a couple chats. Games with Lubu said Goku's weakness is Squall's 20-inch pythons. And then, Nathan Knightley said, couldn't you just poison him? He'll eat anything.
Hey, that's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah,
And
he is susceptible to poison because he had that heart disease.
No way would he be able to detect it.
No, he can't.
You would just like how many bowls does he go through that he just kind of shoves in his face?
Yeah, he's not detecting anything. It's easy to poison him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's low-key easy to kill him. People just don't exploit that weakness.
I guess you're right. It would technically be easy, we just don't think about it.
Nobody wants to use poison.
How'd you kill the world's strongest man? I gave him a poisonous donut.
I fed him.
Damn. Found the chink in the armor.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That was mine. I think we can move on to another one.
From my view, 7 Ninjas next.
Honestly, I did have something, so you might want to go to Pope, but I completely forgot about it. So, Pope, you have an idea?
Yes. Okay, Frieza destroys planet Vegeta, right? He gets wrecked by Goku. Then we have Resurrection F. What if Frieza became a good guy? Pre-Tournament of Power. and we had Frieza, Goku, and Vegeta versus Boo.
Goku, Frieza, and Vegeta. Like, would Frieza still be as strong as he is, or would he just be a good guy that he
we're
didn't?
talking he's a part of the Z fighters,
Okay.
like Piccolo. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's another enemy that was conquered by Goku and turned to the good side. You know, he forwent all his evil ways. He denounced it. No longer the Frieza Force or Emperor of the galaxy. You know, all of that title. He's part of the Z Fighters. He's like Piccolo. He's here training, fighting, and you know, because we know obviously he has potential. I mean, look at Golden Frieza.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's training with them and he's getting stronger.
Man, I feel like that would just be like another person on the level. That would just be another fighter you have on the level of like Goku and Vegeta. Like it kind of like how One Piece has the Power 3. You know,
Yeah.
like it would be the same thing. Like he would just be one of those Power 3 kind of thing.
He would probably outshine them.
Oh, for sure. I don't know if he'd outshine Goku and Vegeta, but
Yeah,
like
he definitely would, and Vegeta knew that. That's why he was always upset that Goku was always sparing him. Frieza does have the ability to outshine them, because as soon as Frieza started training, he unlocked Golden Frieza.
mm-hmm.
And Vegeta realized the potential that he had. Goku didn't. So if we have a Frieza who turned good, and now we've got the big three and all they're doing is training, we're probably looking at Frieza unlocking Golden Frieza, which is going to now propel Vegeta and Goku to have their powers unlocked a little bit faster, because they're going to have to get stronger. So we're looking at they've already got Super Saiyan, and they already have Super Saiyan. Let's say they already have Super Saiyan. Frieza's a good guy. They're training. I see Frieza unlocking Golden Frieza first, and now Vegeta and Goku literally having to bust their asses to get to higher forms. And we only saw Super Saiyan 3 that Goku showed, and then we go into Super, and we're seeing God form. So I'm thinking that, you know, they only get God form because they were dealing with Beerus. But now we're not dealing with Beerus. It's just Frieza's Golden Frieza. So we're looking at Vegeta and Goku mastering Super Saiyan 3.
I don't think Super Saiyan 3 can hold a candle to Golden form Frieza.
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't know, because remember, this is a completely different timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say they get to 3. There's got to be, you know, the problem with 3 is that it took way too much energy. That was the problem. They couldn't hold the form for too long because it consumed too much energy.
Mm-hmm.
But they were able to master that. They were able to utilize that somehow through training. I mean, it's not like, you know, we haven't met Beerus yet, so, you know, we haven't been exposed to the cosmic key, the god form key. So, you know, we don't have that yet. We just have Super Saiyan 3. We're not even gonna we're not touching GT. We're not doing that. We're leaving GT right. We're not doing it. We're leaving GT right where it's at. Okay, we're chilling out.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, you know, not forgotten, just on the shelf in the back room with the key locked. You feel me? You know, so I'm just saying, with with that at that point in time, now and my question is this: with all of that being said, right? We've got Frieza, who's a good guy. He's training. It's the big 3. Frieza's unlocked Golden Frieza because obviously he has that potential with just minimum training, and it was like 4 months he unlocked that form. Goku and Vegeta had to go through near-death experiences just to reach Super Saiyan, and then beyond that, Goku had to go, you know, to otherworld training, all that other stuff to get unlocked 3. You know, I'm just saying, at that point in time, would there be something beyond 3 that they will be able to unlock? With Frieza now at this point in time being the strongest out of the Z fighters, because at that point he is.
Right. I think
I think
Frieza for sure would mop the floor with Majin Buu, but then it'd be up to Gohan getting Beast Gohan. If you, yeah, go on with your point, Seven Ninja. I might go on a tangent.
I think that when it comes to, because I feel like it's one of those situations where if I got a taste of something, I might be able to reach it. And so, if I'm Goku and I'm fighting Golden Form Frieza and he's amping up the power over time because we're training, I feel like Goku, even if he's just stuck in Super Saiyan 3, is going to constantly be reaching his power. But of course, I also think, because we were talking about the Saiyans, he's gonna get a transformation. Now, it may not be red hair Super Saiyan 4 or black hair, whatever, but it might be longer hair Goku, like scrubbing the floor type stuff. I feel like that's a possibility. Or wait. Just remembered something. Broly's ability.
Rage.
Maybe something with the no, not even rage. The Ozaru form. Ozaru energy power.
Because
thing.
Super Saiyan 3 was the closest to it.
And
Low-key.
Broly's not a god.
Nah.
So I could see them tapping into that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I guess then the next question would be, because we got to look at Beast again. Is Beast only an evolution because of them being a human and Saiyan hybrid, or is Beast a possibility because they're Saiyans?
I was under the
I think Beast
impression. Oh, go ahead, Pope.
No, you good.
I was under the impression that Beast was like something with the Mystic Gohan mode is but if there's no need for the Mystic Gohan mode because Frieza handles Majin Buu, like there's no need for Gohan to go to the Elder Kai, grab the sword to defeat Majin Buu, break the sword by accident, and Elder Kai comes out of it. So I don't think like the Beast Gohan would be even a thing if Frieza's in the mix and takes care of Majin Buu.
So Gohan never reaches certain levels of potential
Yes.
because there's no need to. But then again, I mean, yeah, the big three are training, but then also Goku knowing that there are other warriors would probably include Gohan. And I think Gohan being including in the training, it would push him to a point of unlocking new powers. I think all of them would end up unlocking their Saiyan forms faster because Vegeta would excel that quick and they would have to reach him. So it's not necessarily the world ending threats, but it's reaching the level of an unreachable fighter. Because at that point, that's technically what Frieza is. Golden Form Frieza probably would have ended every single last one of them. You know, let's just say if he was to fight them on Namek, like that's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So Golden Form Frieza, yeah. I mean, he's a good guy. Everyone's training. They're reaching their peak potentials really, really quick. Because he's the ultimate fighter at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to reiterate the question again. So this is Frieza turning into a good guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he's a good guy, then Frieza's not really a threat. So I guess like would Goku and Vegeta just be pushing themselves just to be as strong as Frieza, or is it under the premise of yo, he's a threat, like because he might turn back to being bad, and now we need to become stronger.
Nah, just to be because we're talking about Frieza pretty much turning into Piccolo, and when I say that, pretty much completely evil and turning completely good. You see what I'm saying? So there is no he's gonna turn back, none of that. He's one of the good guys. He's hanging out, watching the kids. He's eating food, you know, taking vacations with the family. He's part of the Z Force. He's part of the Z family. You know,
Honestly, I think it would just turn into like such a different show because Frieza has like because he is so strong, it would just kind of feel like why would Goku and Vegeta need to grow any stronger if Frieza's just there wiping the floor with everybody?
Because of the need to train.
Well, yeah, like it would be need to train, but like so like Dragon Ball is kind of the progression of Goku and like his like progression of becoming stronger. If Frieza is just there to, you know, fight everything, it would either be one of two shows. It would either let's go watch Frieza fight everything, or let's chill back and see how Goku actually becomes stronger without the threat of a universe being there. Because right now, the reason he becomes stronger is because there's something that threatens the Earth, the universe, whatever. But if you have that taken care of, it's almost like a slice of life anime, but seeing how he can achieve that, if that makes sense.
You know what? My brain is working.
I have a point here.
Yeah, I do
Quick,
too.
Paul.
For like Beerus actually still shows up, because I think if I remember correctly, when he first wakes up, his first thing is, oh, I need to go kill Frieza. It's about that time. But he finds out Frieza actually died. What? Who killed him? A Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan. The heck? Oh, I've heard about that legend, the Super Saiyan God. But if Frieza's still alive, he still is gonna go hunt down Frieza. And if Frieza is alongside the Saiyans, wait, what are you guys doing here? Like, he's good now? Wait, I've heard about this legend, the Super Saiyan God. Yo, Goku, you fight me. Get your 5 Saiyans and turn Super Saiyan God and fight me. I think that's the story of like what happens.
But then, I mean, he's dealing with a lot. Because before all of that, remember, they were all beefing, and he's like, he's going to destroy the place, this and the third. So, I mean, if he just pops up and he's talking crazy, Frieza's going Golden Frieza. And now we've got Golden Frieza versus Beerus. If everybody's been training, I mean, Gohan's thrown in there for training, you know, and we're talking about Frieza at Golden Frieza. That's pushing all of the Saiyans' potential. I'm saying that we've got 3 Saiyans at Super Saiyan 3 and Frieza at Golden Frieza versus Beerus. They're all still probably going to lose.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think it makes it there.
Actually,
and I think I'm looking at Vegeta. I'm looking at Vegeta specifically.
Here's an interesting.
Go ahead, Ben.
You know, well, like here's an even better one. On top of that, so what if Gogeta, now that Frieza's a good guy, Gogeta fuses with fucking Golden Frieza? Fucking, what if Goku fuses with Golden Frieza? Like, that's a whole nother level now that I think about it.
We don't know where his line is. We don't know where Beerus' line is. We have no idea where he's at. I think that Vegeta, if we look at how Vegeta reacts to Beerus, he's still got that fear in him. Now, Frieza's got that fear in him. Like, he knows. Like, Vegeta's afraid, okay, whatever. But Frieza's gonna be like, well, I know why he's acting like that. And I know what he's like. I'm not about to scrap with Beerus. I'm gonna tell everybody, hey, y'all need to chill out. Stop that foolishness. And if y'all want to survive, y'all do what he says.
I think Frieza would still talk crazy. Simply because he's got that golden form. And Beerus has never truly shown his 100% strength. So they still don't really know. And I feel like Frieza might feel like, you know what? You're coming here talking crazy, but hold this gold bar real quick. And then get smacked. I'm just saying. I think he would go gold, and he would try it, and he'd get beat up.
Yeah, I think so too. I think like Beerus would be there on the planet searching for Frieza because his mission was to kill him because he's taking Beerus's job basically. And then after Frieza gets that ass worked, fucking Goku comes in like, hey, let me get a chance at this. I want to fight too. And then that's where like, wait, you are strong. What are you? Oh, I'm a Saiyan after he gets defeated. I've heard about this legend. All right, then that's where the Super Saiyan God comes in.
I can see that. And now you've got Gohan, Vegeta, Goku, and Frieza now getting a taste of that cosmic key, that God key, and that's now elevating them to a whole nother level. Now, mind you, they're already at peak because they've been training and sparring with a golden Frieza.
But now they got Super Saiyan God because of
Mhm.
Beerus introducing.
And now the three, and now they're able to surpass golden Frieza because they've got that God key. And now the potential for Super Saiyan Blue unlocks for all three of them. Now that's taking Gohan to a whole different realm because he's still able to reach beast form. I mean, he still has all that potential inside of him to unlock. Obviously he doesn't get the Kai's unlock potential training, but not necessarily. I mean, I feel like he won't necessarily need it. You feel me? Because that was just like a shortcut. So he still sits down, he's still training, and he still is able to acquire that level of power, but just a different path.
I can see it. You guys got anything, Churro 7 Ninja?
I got nothing for it.
No.
Yeah, I'm seeing a clear path of what's going on now. All right.
Well,
If that's all we got, now I guess 7 Ninja, it's your turn. If you remember your question.
well, I guess the biggest thing I've been thinking about for a while now is how can the humans get any better? And I guess the only way I see a way forward is Whis. So, what do you guys think? It's not even really a question, is it? What do you guys think Whis would have to do? What do you think is possible? Is there any sign, any kind of path they could take that Whis could maybe show them on? Because as far as we're aware, like, the humans have no real way up, and they've got to have a way up because if Goku's done for, it's over. So where do you think that goes?
All right, before we answer
Nah,
this
I don't
question, before we answer this question, I got another ad read.
I'm ready to. I'm my wallet. I'm ready.
What do I gotta buy and download now?
I'm ready.
Have you ever wondered what happened to the legendary Chuck Norris? I recently saw a video he made and I was shocked. He's in his 80s and still kicking butt and working out and staying active. What's even more shocking is he's stronger, can work out longer, and even has plenty of energy left over for his grandkids. He did this by just making one change. He says he feels like he's in his 50s. His wife even started doing this one thing too, and she's never felt better. She says she feels 10 years younger, her body looks leaner, and she has energy all day. Chuck made a special video that explains everything. Make sure you watch it by going to chuckdefense.com/studio or by clicking on in the link below this video. It will change the way you think about your health. Once again, that's chuckdefense.com/studio and click on the link in the description below to watch the video now. You won't believe how simple it is.
Yo, I'm actually gonna go to what's called Bell County Comic-Con convention, and Chuck Norris is gonna actually be there.
Oh snap!
Yep.
But
all right, back
the
to
question
7 Ninja's
again
question.
is, the question really is, what can be done, or is there has there been something in Super or Z that could lead to them being able to cross that line? Because it's like the humans, they have no amplifiers, they have no nothing. It's just pretty much step by step with them. And do you think Whis could probably do it?
I honestly, now that I think about it, I think yes, and I hate to keep going back to her, but I think it would be Bulma. I think if the humans have anything, it's technology. And if Bulma can somehow put that technology in making, like, I don't know, some kind of fucking Iron Man suit, that can maybe withstand against like a Saiyan or something, that might be what pushes them. That might be what Whis would lead them to. Like, hey, here's this knowledge. Go and make yourself a suit that can withstand to what is out there, kind of thing. I would say that. It's the only thing I can think of.
Have you guys ever played Injustice 1?
Yes.
bit.
Mhm.
Squall,
Yeah, I played a
Yeah,
little
true.
bit of it
check your inbox real quick for me, bro.
on Discord.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Okay, so like I'm thinking of the Kryptonian vitamin or pill or whatever.
Mhm.
I feel like Bulma could pull that off. Of course, then the question is, would it be Saiyan or like Frieza? But it's like it's either they take the route of the androids, or they take the route of this super pill. Maybe Shinron. Maybe Shinron. I don't know. I don't remember there being anything like any. Oh,
He had to go.
I don't-
He's got a little emergency he's dealing with.
I got you. I got you. I don't really remember there being anything at all that like they could possibly do any natural way anyway.
No, not
yeah.
natural. Like I said, I think you're correct. I didn't even think about that. Like some kind of like something that they can take where it elevates them to that level for like a temporary amount of time or something like that. But that like I feel like yeah, Bulma could maybe do something like that. Or you're right, the androids. Like instead of killing, who was the original android? The doctor, fucking
Jiro?
Yeah. Jiro, yes. I feel like if they got him, and instead of, letting him die, they instead like, hey, use your knowledge to, make us an army. I think that would actually also be a good idea. Something that I would point at is One Piece. In One Piece, they use Bartholomew Kuma as like they make him into an army essentially once they make him into like a robot. I don't know why they wouldn't be able to do that essentially in the Dragon Ball verse.
Hang on.
And they got Ariel.
Can you repeat the question again, 7-inch? I was responding to chat. My bad.
What could the humans do in order to break that limiter or that because basically like the humans don't have a way to amplify their power like the Super Saiyans do. So what could the humans do in order to improve themselves in a way that they're able to catch up to Goku and Frieza?
All right.
Basically.
What can the humans do to amplify their powers to catch?
And do you
up
think Whis
to
knows?
Goku? I'm gonna pin that to the chat.
Mhm.
Let's see. In my superior
Do you even think
Dragon
Whis
Ball-
could do it?
Whis? Can he power up this?
Do you even think Whis could do it? And do you think he would even know how to do it?
All Whis has is training. He can show people the door. It's up to them to unlock it. Like basically, I think in like the whole time Goku and Vegeta were training with Whis, he was basically teaching them how to unlock Ultra Instinct. And it took Goku all the way up to the end of Super to actually unlock it. But it was by like pure luck. It took like the Spirit Bomb entering Goku's body, Goku absorbing it, and then it took Goku like more than that to re-unlock it a couple more times after that. It took him calming his mind with the energy of a Spirit Bomb, blah blah blah. So I don't think he can like Whis can. I mean, he might be able to unlock Ultra Instinct out of Roshi, out of all characters, but in terms of like Yamcha, Krillin, Tien, Vegeta, no, we're talking about humans here. I don't think like those type of people would benefit from Whis' training other than just getting a power buff of some sort.
You don't think Whis could show them the door and essentially like, hey, here's the knowledge that you need. Like, if you study this, the way Ninja had put it was essentially like kind of like some kind of like let's just say like a pill that they can make to elevate them to a certain level. You don't think Whis would be like, hey, come on, go do this, go on?
Nah, like, cause like the only way, I mean, it's possible that like Whis can get them stronger for sure, cause like they've trained with like Krillin got a power buff thanks to the Namekian potential unlock. Then he did some training before Tournament Power. Like King Kai trained the Yamcha, Chiaotzu, and Tien when they died, but they didn't get King Kai's fist or Kaioken. I think the only person is Roshi for me, but even then it's a stretch, because Goku, for instance, he's a prodigy. He's like a top-notch martial artist. Like, and even for him it was tough. He still, like, at the end of Tournament of Power, he still doesn't have a fully mastered Ultra Instinct. So given this premise, like, it might be hard. It's like most definitely gonna be hard for like Yamcha and Krillin to unlock Ultra Instinct. I don't think he's got like a pill of some sort to like give him some sort of power boost. That's more of like a different like species, like some sort of Namekian species or a different planet type of species to like unlock for them.
All right. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I see that.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean-
like I said, I think if anybody's going to fucking like be able to reach that limit, it would have to be, like I said, like somebody as smart as Bulma or Gero, or no, that's it. That would have to be. I think it would have to be some form of kind of like technology.
I could see
And
that.
that guy from Superhero. What's his name?
Oh, Dr.
Zero's
Hedo?
grandson or whatever. Yeah, him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, but like the question was
Didn't
to get
he make
to the
robots?
Yeah, he made androids.
Didn't he make
like Gamma 1, Gamma
He made
2.
legit. Yeah.
But
There's I don't think there's a natural way, but then again, they never explore them.
Yeah.
We don't really know what the humans could really reach. But yeah, that gonna have to be through Bulma or Gero or Hedo, I guess.
Yeah, they would definitely create like some androids, but in terms of like will they get the actual humans up to par with like Goku and them? That's a whole different question.
That'd be tough.
Of course, it could always go back to that idea of like, okay, if I get a taste of what is my gap between us, right? Maybe I'll be able to handle getting to that power. Like maybe it'll be easier to reach it because now I know what it is versus not knowing anything whatsoever. So it's possible maybe he scraps with Goku enough times, Krillin could potentially reach it. But
I
that
think
depends on. It all depends on, does he have to taste God Key to be able to do that? And the other issue is that every other character that's reached it is in some shape or form an alien or a Saiyan. So like, where do we go with that?
In terms of Krillin scrapping enough times with Goku, yeah, I don't think that's gonna get him up to speed with Goku. It's definitely gonna take some external forces, some external potential unlocks, probably some sort of pill, like you guys said, those type of things that will get him up to speed.
Well,
That's just my take on it.
outside if we still have time, what is Mr. Popo? Wondering that for years.
That's a
Mr.
good
Popo.
question. Hang on, we'll ask that question in a sec. We did get a question from the chat. Let's see. All right. Chino says, also, why were the other universes erased? Were they too strong and dangerous, as in the beings in the universe, or the gods of destruction and the creation didn't do their jobs?
I think the mortal level has nothing to do with Beerus doing his job, though. I think they said that.
Well, I'm actually kind of confused
what
by
does
this
that
question. Yeah.
What was the question?
Also, why were the other universes erased? Were they too strong and dangerous, as in beings in the universe, or the gods of destruction and creation didn't do their jobs? I actually don't know like which universes got erased, other than Tournament of Power, but they all just got wished back.
We
Yeah,
know
I
it's
think
happened before, but the problem is that it's not really explained what the mortal level is. And it can't be like, there's too many villains in the area, because like Goku deals with that on a regular, and Beerus is a villain. So we don't really know what the mortal level is. I mean, at best it might be like the population density, but you just make more planets, or space is infinite. So like you just make more planets, and Zeno will just destroy planets just because he feels like it. So it can't be morals. It can't be threats in the universe. Again, Zeno will just destroy planets because he feels like it. So we don't really know what that is. We have no idea what that is.
maybe it'd go up a chain of command of some sort, like let's say like the Supreme Kai, like of that universe deems like the whole universe like, yo, all the morals here are full of shit, like, yo, Zeno, destroy this universe. They're not good people or whatever. But that's kind of like an argument against you, Seven Ninja. I mean,
The only
I don't
problem with
know.
that idea is that it kills him, and
Yeah.
self-preservation kicks in at some point. So, and then the Destroyer would probably have a problem with it as well. The Destroyer's job is to destroy. He'd do it himself.
All right, Chino
So-
says he remembers someone got bored and got rid of them. A universe.
You know what? That's probably what it is.
I could see somebody in the
That's
Dragon
probably
Ball
what
Z
it is.
universe do that.
I feel like Zeno probably, because he cares so much about being entertained. But I truly believe he would just do that. Like they're boring and they're not getting to this level yet. They're not strong enough. It's because of that. They're not strong enough. They're too weak. That's the reason. That's the whole reason. Black Frieza is probably the only thing keeping us here now. Besides like Goku's friendliness, I guess. It's probably for the only reason.
Okay, yeah, Chino
Because
says
he cares
Zeno.
so much about entertainment.
Yeah,
Okay,
Chino
yeah, go
says Zeno is the one who destroyed these universes just because he's bored or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm honestly
power.
drawing blanks about that.
Because he couldn't watch the fight with Beerus and the Gods of Destruction in the manga anyway. So, based on that idea, he probably wants to see something entertaining, and entertaining has to be something to do with fighting, more than likely. He could see Goku and Jiren fight, right? He was able to see that, right?
You talking about Beerus? Or
Zeno.
Yeah, Zeno. He was watching the whole thing.
Okay, so the mortal level has to do with, number one, the strength of the fighter. They can't be too high because he can't see it, but they can't be too low because he won't be entertained. And it's possible Zeno is actually supposed to be the viewer.
Makes sense.
I feel like that's a possibility. And that all goes back to the idea of how much Toriyama just didn't like the idea his anime was becoming a battle shonen. Like, it was something I saw a lot. So I think it's got something to do with that, and it wouldn't surprise me if that's what it really is.
Okay.
I can see that.
To go back to your question earlier, Seven Ninja, Nathan Knightley says, the humans have sensu beans. Maybe they could make a super sensu bean protein powder shakes. That's possible with some Bulma Dr. Hedo engineering. I think that's very possible.
Mm-hmm.
Drink this. I don't want to. I liked it.
Yeah. Gotta
No,
get Nathan on for the episode day we do Dungeon Meshi.
Oh yeah,
He's always talking about it. You gotta get him on there one day.
yeah, that's facts.
But anyway,
nah, but I'm running out of time over here, so
that's all I got.
yeah.
Yeah, you're good to go, Truro. I know we're over the 2 hour mark for you.
Nah.
Sure, do your
Oh.
outro. How about that?
I don't got an outro. I just leave. I'm kidding. No, well, I'll post my link. I'll post my Twitter link over here on the Discord sooner or later. But nah, again, man, thanks for having me. But I got to dip. I'll catch you guys later. It was fun having y'all, or fun
Yeah.
being here, and y'all being.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll catch you all. Next weekend?
Yes, sir. Thank
Peace
you,
out.
Churro. Appreciate you.
Thanks for coming. All right.
Let's
Well,
see. I guess we can either end it or address a couple of these chats. Up to you, Seven
address
Ninja.
chat.
Huh?
well, let's address chat, and then we'll we need to do the talk about what's going on next week,
All right.
and then you leave.
All right. So Chino came up with a couple of questions. I guess we'll probably just do one more question, and then we can decide which one. So he said thoughts on Mayan Trunks. His second one is how are they gonna fix the timeline with Oob at the end of Z? 3, how are they gonna fix the end of Z and continue it? Which one sounds like the best we can address?
Well, two of them are kind of the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's Oob at the end of the Z. And Mayan Trunks is just a relationship, so I don't really know where to go with that. So let's talk about Oob and into Z. I don't actually think that's the same timeline, and I think the reason I say that is that Beerus entered the field. I think everything that happens at the end of Z is going off the idea that we don't have a Super Saiyan God Blue. So, yeah, I truly think that that's a separate timeline altogether. Because it's a time skip, right? We don't really know what happens in between all that. So, more than likely, that's what it is.
I think it's still canon, but I do think they kind of really messed up the writing here, and cause I remember like in some of my YouTube videos and shorts, people have like discussed like the whole Battle of the Gods was meant to be a one-off thing, and then they ended up turning it into a whole anime and all the way up to Tournament of Power, and so like there was a linear path from the end of Z to Oob. But now it's kind of like more like a whole tied up knot shoelace now, all the way up until Oob. So they like it's gonna be there's gonna be like a lot of big plot holes. But I think they're still gonna do it. It's just how they're gonna do it. They're just like scratching their heads about it, like fuck, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot here. Yeah, that's just my take on it.
I'm trying to figure out like. Because like, her anime design in Super, I think, is different from like Z to Super, and trying to figure out if like when she's at the end of Z, does she look like how she does in Super? Like maybe we could figure out the time frame based on the animation. And I just really don't know. She doesn't really. She looks closer, I guess, to how she does the end of Z, but it's not that easy to tell.
Chino says, are they gonna fix the animation? What about the bad dub? And then Games with Lubu says, who win in a fight? Super Saiyan Goku or Superman? Should we go over the Super Saiyan Goku or Superman fight one again?
Check out last time, dude. Check out last time. we had a whole thing. Everyone was here. Check out the last one.
Yeah, I kind of wanted
what
to
was the
bring
other
it
one
up
you said?
during. I wanted to bring it up during this podcast, but we don't have like all the main squad here, so we'll discuss it on a different podcast again for you guys. What would you say, Seven Ninja?
What was the other one you said? Not the
Uh,
Superman one. The one before that.
Let's see. Are they gonna fix the animation? And what about the bad dub? I don't know what he's talking about. The bad dub.
Well, it's a little hard to go by because Depends on that's very subjective. That depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah. Like to me,
And animation,
like the sub is actually bad to me. Cause just like Goku's voice sounds like a little girl. King Kai sounds funny as hell to me. But the bad animation, I think they are gonna fix that because what was it? They just didn't have time with the animation, didn't they?
yeah.
Like at the beginning of Super, they actually on the released like DVDs or Blu-ray discs or whatever they're selling, they actually fixed the animation because they had more time to do it. They were like on a time crunch at the beginning of Super. It was just like, hey, make 200 episodes. Okay, when? Starting in a month. Like that's not exact numbers, but that's basically like a simple summary of what happened with how bad the Super animation was at the beginning. Let's see.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it for the chats, other than Chino talking shit, but he's the homie. What about Vic and Bulma's actor working on the same studio? What? I don't know that much.
So Vic like had an issue. Like he's talking about the Broly voice actor, and honestly, from what I understand, the Broly voice actor did nothing wrong, and like it's just a simple matter of miscommunication. I think every time I hear about that thing, I look into it. I'm like, it seems to me like they're trying to get rid of a guy, like they're trying to actively cancel a guy. And at the end of the day, it seems to me that number one, I guess you communicated wrong. You've never told him no or anything. Maybe if they want to say like, well, he shouldn't be touching people anyway. But at the end of the day, some people, depending on the different cultures, they greet in a certain way, and it's just like, I've never gotten the impression from the guy that he was ever a bad guy. Listening to the stories, listening to the other side stories, as far as I know, Vic is not a bad guy in any shape or form. And it's really just Sean Shim and all of them are trying to get him for cancel culture reasons.
Interesting. Yeah. Now I'm curious. I want to look this up. But yeah, it's pretty much all. Let's see. Just Chino saying.
Yeah.
Almost voice
and I think that happened. Yeah, and I think that happened during like when cancel culture was really big. Like we still deal with it, I guess, but it's not as bad as it used to be. But that happened around that time. It's kind of like the Me Too thing. Matter of fact, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, he's like saying, Chino said they can't get rid of Vic. The fans don't want him gone. And he's just saying he's just bored sending random things at this point. No, you're good, bro. Well, that pretty much is it for the podcast then. Let's see. Next weekend is the Nerding Out podcast, formerly known as the In-Betweens podcast. It's our nerdy stuff, anything nerds, anime, video games, that sort of thing. I believe next week we are discussing One Piece. We are discussing Super Smash Bros. And it was 7 Ninja if you want to reveal your topic.
The last thing we'll be talking about would be showing versus telling. There's a lot of games you probably had that you've seen it in the games or a lot of movies or whatever, and you're like, I really wish I would have just explored it. So showing versus telling.
Okay. Well, that's our podcast for the next week. Hope to see you guys all there. Thank everyone for tuning in. As always, love all of you. I am the host, Squall Rush. You can catch me on most platforms. Pretty sure there's a link tree in the description below. 7 Ninja, last thoughts on the podcast and plug your socials.
I enjoyed it. I mean, we had more debates, I guess, this particular episode. We've had a lot more debates this particular episode. So I enjoyed that. At the end of the day, we're all cool with each other. We're just talking, so don't worry, guys. We're still good. And outside of that, check me out, Rumble, Game Jolt, MeWe, 7 Ninja 7. You'll find me there. And hey, join our Discords if you want to catch up to us catch on to us a lot earlier or follow us. Make sure you do that. We talk about a lot of things: anime, Dragon Ball, gaming. She will probably talk about a TV show that has nothing to do with anime or cartoons one day. So we'll see. Anyway, later.
Yep, and I enjoyed the podcast too. Great debates today. Awesome debates. I agree with 7 Ninja 100%. Really good stuff we talked about. Chat was involved. It was great all around. But yeah. Chino saying I didn't read his stuff, but I think there's just a delay or he's not live. But alright, yo. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace, everybody.